joined today by Andrew Tunks, Managing Director of Meteoric Resources. Andrew, thanks for your time.
David, it's great to see you again.
A newly acquired project in Western Australia seems to have excited the market. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we acquired this in the middle of last year. It's called the Palm Springs project, and it's really centred around an old mine mined in the 1990s called Butchers Creek. During the mid-1990s, the world gold price fell to a record sort of real dollar low, and the mine went on to care and maintenance. It never reopened, and it fell into private hands, and for 25 years was completely untouched, unexplored. So we were lucky to acquire it late last year, or middle of last year. Because they're pre-native title mining leases, we were able to start work straight away. That was a huge advantage for us. So we were able to get in and effectively start drilling straight away. And we generated some amazing numbers straight away. So we had a great year last year. That was combined with our Brazilian project, which has continued to produce some very high-grade gold numbers as well. So we're very proud of our drilling results, I'd have to say. We've got an exciting project in Brazil in terms of super high-grade gold, very small, but you know it has a current resource of around 250,000 ounces. I'd hoped to be able to update that for this conference, but that didn't happen, unfortunately, just a few weeks late. But that resource update's coming very shortly, and that will lead straight into a scoping study. We think that number will be sufficient now to start a small Brazilian gold operation, and we'll do the studies on that. And then in Halls Creek, we're mobilising the site as we speak. One of the issues with having a project in Brazil and Northern Australia is you're affected by the same wet season. So we don't do much work between December and March, and our shareholders tear their hair out because they're waiting for news flow. But from March, April on, that's gear up time for us. So we've just started drilling again in Brazil, and we're starting drilling again in Halls Creek in the next few weeks. So.
Sometimes you must need, though, a bit of a pause to give you time to collate everything, get in all the data, look at it properly and not rush from one bit of activity to the next activity?
That's absolutely true. And that is good reflection time for us, but the market doesn't love it, you know. So I suppose as the MD, I always have to have cognizance of that. But I know my geos enjoy a bit of downtime and a bit of time to develop their plans. In Brazil, we have this super high grade deposit, and to us geologically, it looks like an epithermal deposit. And later in our exploration, it was initially very much on the gold, but we also knew that there was quite a bit of copper. So we developed some plans in the last wet season about how we might explore that. And those plans are coming to fruition now, where we're exploring now for actual porphyry targets rather than the gold itself. So we're drilling a super deep hole at the moment, which is why we could start a bit earlier, because we're not moving the rig around in the wet. And so we're drilling an 1,100 metre hole now. We announced yesterday that we're about 800 metres down the hole, and while we haven't made a significant porphyry discovery yet, we're certainly in the porphyry environment, and we're certainly seeing good indications of both gold and copper. So it's an exciting time for the company.
And it's going to be a busy 6 months.
Absolutely. So we'll really ramp up over the next 6 months. So we've got a drill rig in Brazil, scoping study, resource update, and in Palm Springs we've got 2 drill rigs mobilising the site as we speak. We are pumping out the old pit. We've just received permission to pump out the old pit to the old tailings dam. It's very fortunate that there's a tailings dam to take that water. And we know from the old plans that there's ore in the floor of the pit. So again, we expect to be drilling in ore straight away, and that's always a fantastic time. And to see them, when you look at core, you see a minute fraction of an ore deposit. But when we pump this pit out, we'll be able to see the whole thing for the first time in 25 years, and that's really exciting for us geos as well.
Exciting times ahead for Meteoric. 2 outstanding projects. We wish you all the best. Andrew, thanks for your time.
David, it's great to talk to you again. Thank you very much.